welcome to Out of the Box, and today we've got Magic the Gathering Anomkhet, the newest expansion, of course, to Magic the Gathering, the first expansion in the Anomkhet block. It's the first expansion to introduce a new, it introduces a new form of split cards, and it's the first expansion since Arabian Nights to have its first original desert cards. Also, there's new duels, new planeswalkers, new mechanics, and 30 invocations, which are the Masterpiece Series version of the Kaladesh Inventions and the Zendikar Expeditions. Maybe I'll get one in here. Who knows? We're going to find out. Just like previous, or just like the Aether Revolt one, I'm just going to show off the rares, the foils, the mythics, and if I pull any of the invocations, there is one invocation I would like to get, but I know the odds of it are pretty damn small. But it'd be nice to have it anyway. So, 36 packs of Anomkhet, 36 chances at an invocation, but even if I don't, there's a bunch of neat planeswalkers. Though, funny thing, I didn't see Nicol Bolas in the list. There's two cards in Aether Revolt. There's a card in Aether Revolt and a card in Kaladesh that states that you get more things if you pull a Bolas, or if you play a Bolas Planeswalker. But there's no Bolas in this set, so it must be coming in Hour of Devastation. I don't know. We'll find out when Hour of Devastation comes out. And right off the bat, we've got Spring into Mind, which is the blue-green... Oh, wait, that's not even my rare. We've got Regal Carousel, which is a kitty that creates kitties. Oh, and there are basic lands in the packs, but there is a 1 in 3 chance of getting a full art basic land. And if you get the Anomkhet bundle / fat pack, you're guaranteed to get I think I got 15 full arts, and the other bunch were regular. All right, we've got ourselves a Soul Scar Mage. It's a 1/2 with prowess. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a creature an opponent controls, put that many neg1 counters on that creature instead. That is pretty cool. And then we've got a foil Floodwaters, which is return up to 2 creatures to their owner's hands, and it has cycling. Cycling is back. Cycling was actually a mechanic that I liked back in the original, or back in the day, because, I mean, it was just, if you have a dead card in your hand, get rid of it. This is also a neat thing that they did. There's Embalmed, Exerted, Brick, and -1/-1 counters. So that's a cool thing that they did. And here's one of the new dual lands, actually. Canyon Sloth. It's the red-black dual, and it's got cycling, because that's the thing that they do. There's 10... dual lands in this set. There's 10 duels. So there's one for every 2-color combination. If only Return to Ravnica thought of doing that. Just putting them all in one set. We've got ourselves a Glorybringer. It's a Dargon. Also, by the way, if you pick up the Kaladesh or the Anomkhet bundle, I keep saying Kaladesh, it comes with a token for every creature in the set that has Embalm. I thought that was a neat touch. All right, Heaven to Earth is one of the new splits. I guess we should just call them Aftermath splits. And then behind it's a foil Gift of Paradise, which turns a land into a Bird of Paradise, effectively. Only instead of 1 mana, it produces 2 of a single color. So far, I'm getting decent pulls. I'm not complaining. If I pulled any of the new Planeswalkers, that would be really badass. Speaking of which, there's the new Liliana. This set's got a new Liliana, a new Gideon, and a new Nissa. And the cool thing with the Nissa is she's green-blue. And her first ability lets you scry, so I could see her getting some play in some Simic decks. Oh, here's the white-blue duel. I actually pulled a dual land in my fat pack or my bundle too, so they're decently rare. We've got a pull from tomorrow. Draw X cards, then discard a card. That's pretty badass there. The discard works good with Embalm as well. Oh, we have an indestructible land that you can produce 5 mana in any combination of colors eventually. You can tap it to produce a colorless, but you pay 5 and tap it to produce 5 mana in any combination of colors. Ooh. Don't have the colors you want? Make the colors you want. We've got an Aven Mind Sensor. If a player gets to search a library, they only get to search the top 4 cards. It's a great anti-blue card. Well, anti-tutor card, really. Here's another one of the new splits. Failure to comply. There's failure. There's comply. Oh, and I didn't show these off yet. There's one of the new full arts. Since they're a little more common as dirt, I don't know if they're going to be as expensive, because I know the Zendikar full arts still sell for a pretty penny. Sandworm Convergence. Creatures with flying can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you get a worm token. I'm not playing the booster box game because I'm pretty sure I don't have equivalent money for a booster box. There's a new Gideon. Gideon, what's he called? Gideon of the Trials. Who becomes a critter. An indestructible creature. That seems to be... Oh, wow. His first ability is a +1. His second abilities are both zeros. You get an emblem with, as long as you control a Gideon Planeswalker, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the... Woo! I like it. We've got Liliana's Mastery, which creates zombie tokens. And then we've got a foil fan bearer. We are almost halfway through the box. Haven't seen a foil rare either, so... And if I did, I'm blind, but... We've got a Vizier of Many Faces. You may have Vizier of Many Faces enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except if Vizier of Many Faces was embalmed, then the token has no mana cost, is white, and is a zombie. So Vizier becomes a clone, and then it becomes an embalmed clone. And we've got a foil Stir the Sands. More zombies. We've got a Dispossess as our rare. Uncommon, uncommon, uncommon. A Harsh Mentor. This is a fun card. Whenever an opponent activates the ability of an artifact, creature, or land, if it isn't a mana ability, Harsh Mentor deals 2 damage to that player. That's a pretty cruel card, especially if you're running a deck that requires a lot of activated abilities. All right, another one. Never to Return. That is, by the way, that is how they're supposed to be read. The original splits were blank and blank. The new ones are blank to blank. So I'm reading them correctly. I'm reading them correctly. Prepare to Fight. There's Prepare. There's Fight. Oracle's Vault. 2 tap, exile the top card of your library till end of turn. You may play it. Put a brick counter on Oracle's Vault. Tap, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card without paying its mana cost. Activates its ability only if there are 3 or more brick counters on Oracle's Vault. Nice. And then we've got a foil Glorybound Initiate. I'm surprised I haven't pulled any foil basic lands. Usually by now I've pulled like 2 or 3 of them. Here we've got an Onward to Vic... No, wait, that's not even a rare. Kefnet the Mindful, it's one of the gods. Onward to Victory. No, that's not a rare, Paul. It's not a rare. Insult to Injury. This one's a fun card. I've used this one in Magic Duels. Damage can't be prevented this turn. If a source you control would deal damage, deals double, and then 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. So there's Insult, and there's Injury. We're in the home stretch. We're down to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're down to 14 packs. And I know this video is long, but I'm excited. You know, I just started playing Magic again back in Kaladesh, and because of artifacts, and then they just haven't disappointed me since then. Here we've got a Rags to Riches. Rags to Riches. I wouldn't think that Riches would be blue though. But what do I know? Here we've got a Drake Haven. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, pay 1, create a 2/2 blue Drake. Archfiend of Ifnir. Whenever you cycle or discard another card, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature your opponents control. Woohoo! So that can be a lot of -1/-1s, especially if you run a playset of Archfiend of Ifnirs. Gideon's Intervention. It's a storyline card too. We've got a New Perspectives. Wow. When New Perspective enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. As long as you have 7 or more cards in hand, you may pay 0 for cycling costs. That is pretty badass. Not gonna lie, that is pretty badass. Oh, the new Nissa! Look at that! I got all 3 Planeswalkers that are in the set. There's the red-green duel. Doing pretty good with the duels also. Trying to keep these cards straight. I want to be surprised as well. Trying to keep these cards straight. There's the green-white duel. And I spoke too soon, because there's a foil basic full art forest. At least it's full art and foil. A Throne of the God Pharaoh. Beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you control. Woohoo! And a foil Scarab Feast. A regular Glory-Bound Initiate. Okay, so I did pull a foil rare already. Didn't realize Glory-Bound Initiate was a rare. Hey, I still got 4 packs. Anything's possible. I gotta be optimistic. Optimistic. Here's a mouth to feed. Okay. There's mouth. There's feed. Behind it is a foil Heaven and Earth. We've got Neheb the Worthy. It's a Minotaur and Minotaur's Rule. Uncommon, uncommon, uncommon. A Hazard's Favor. Oh yeah, it's at the beginning of your turn you may have a creature get +2/+0 to end of turn if you do sacrifice it. And a foil Watchful Naga. Because Naga is now a creature type, and being an elf, being a player of Legend of the Five Rings when it was out, that was one of my favorite non-clan factions. 1 booster pack left. Let's see what we get. We get an Approach the Second Sun, which is one of the new alternate win conditions. And that's it. So there you go. There's a whole box of Anomkhet for you. Got some decent stuff. Got all 3 Planeswalkers. Got a bunch of duels. Didn't get any invocations, but you know what? That's what picking up more packs is for later. Or just buying the singles. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.